Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
Justin Watkins here. Willie, we're talking about Justin's favorite social media pastime, and that is conference realignment. Pac-2, what's Oregon State and Wazoo going to do with the disloyal 5 that moved over? How else will they manage this thing? What kind of TV deal is there? The legal, the lawsuit stuff. All right, so Pac-2 ADs are meeting. Rumors come out from Wilner and Canzano, 2 West Coast insiders. Chris Murray jumps on it as well. He does a really good job for Nevada Sportsnet. Chris's objectivity is awesome when it comes to Nevada and UNR, because he wrote multiple times in his story like this. Here's like a little morsel of hope, but it's almost hopeless. Like he dishes reality on Nevada. It's funny. I am much more high on Nevada joining in a tandem, UNLV going to the Pac-2, but this is interesting. And then we've got content creators who are saying deals are being signed. Like, it's getting crazy again.
Yeah, I mean, something must be going on, because the Mountain West came out with a statement today that lays out, we are unified. I've got documents signed. We are all set through 2032. And I'm like, oh, boy, there must be something going. You don't release that statement unless something is happening, or you're at least in fear that something's happening. And as soon as I saw that statement, I'm like, oh my gosh, is UNLV in play? Because I think I've been consistent from the very beginning. I want UNLV in this new pack. Yeah. Like, I think that if the Pac-12 can get UNLV, we can stop right there, get the media deal, and then decide if we're going to go Eastern expansion and grab like 4 schools over there. We know what the numbers will be. Or include them as part of the media negotiations if we know we got to hit a certain number. If you got to hit 15 million per school per year, which I think is a tough number to hit, I do. I think UNLV helps that. I think Texas State does not help that in any sort of way. But I also think Texas State would come in at a fraction of the cost if we had to. So UNLV would be my number one target. I would love to have them in the new Pac-12. I get to see, Oregon State here every other year. That would be awesome. And I think that they are a good ad. I think I've been consistent too, that I think they made a mistake in staying and not being included in the first round, and that they made a decision based on short-term financials that were uncertain. And we now know those. I don't care which side of the fence you're on this. Their future promises are at best uncertain, because every bit of what was promised to them is now tied up in court. We know that. Now, you could be a diehard Mountain West fan and say, we're going to win that. They signed those contracts. We're getting all those exit fees. We're going to get the money. Okay. And you could be a diehard Pac-12 fan and say, we're going to win that. We're not paying anything. We're going to use all that money to expand and get all this. Okay. Whatever. Those are just opinions and have nothing to do with what's really going on in the court. What's really gone on in the court right now is that money's tied up. Nobody knows for certain how much money, if any, will be paid to the Mountain West and how much of that UNLV will get. So if it's true that they have signed away their rights without any conditions at this point, the only exit I see for UNLV is if the Mountain West can't pay what they promised to pay.
Right.
But I know I've seen these reports that say everybody signed a MOU and everybody signed a grant of rights. But the grant of rights, even in Mountain West's statement today, says effective July 1st, 2026. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Does that mean in the future with a media deal that complies with certain parameters, then we have your rights? You've granted us some authority to negotiate your rights if we meet certain thresholds. I don't know what it means, but if UNLV just gave them away for the next 15 years without any parameters, that's scary.
Yeah, I think the sources that were referenced in some of the social media, I don't think they're the right sources. I'll just tell you that. I'll tell you that.
You mean
on the way back,
Pennsylvania?
Justin Watkins coming back. We'll get into the Knights and someone talking trash on Mark Stone.
Listen to Cofield and Company weekday afternoons at 3 on ESPN Las Vegas.
Traffic is brought to you by Meineke, your one-stop shop for total car care. Trust your keys with Meineke, doing car care right.
Accident, Las Vegas Boulevard, that's showing at Lamb Boulevard, Charleston westbound after Rancho, Flamingo westbound at El Capitan Way, Vegas Drive at Jones, Maryland Parkway at University Center.
Traffic is brought to you by Meineke, your one-stop shop for total car care. Trust your keys with Meineke, doing car care right.
From engines and brakes to tires and oil changes, Meineke Car Care is your locally owned one-stop shop for total car care. Visit Meineke.com and schedule an appointment today. Trust your key to Meineke, doing car care right.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and we must work together to preserve our limited water resources for future generations of Nevadans. Here's some waterway wisdom so you can help do your part this winter. Secure your trash in bins. Apply fertilizer sparingly. Avoid sprinkler runoff. Scoop your dog's poop, bag it, and discard it. Safely dispose of household chemicals. Wash your car at a car wash or on grass or gravel. Keep contaminants out of our storm drains. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in preserving Nevada's waters for future generations by visiting lovenvwaters.com and following us on social media. This message sponsored by the Nevada Department of Transportation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, this is Peyton Manning. I know a thing or two about audibles, specifically when it comes to making a change during the game. You can call your own audibles with early cash out on the Caesar Sportsbook Nevada app. With early cash out, now you have the option to audible your previously placed wagers with just a click.
Audible? Is this just an excuse for you to say Omaha in an ad?
Exactly, Eli. Omaha.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, the Diamond Store is celebrating its second anniversary in Las Vegas with an incredible 30% off the entire store, now until Valentine's Day. The Diamond Store carries one of America's largest inventories of engagement rings, wedding bands, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and unrivaled custom jewelry. Make this Valentine's Day one she'll never forget with dazzling diamonds from the Diamond Store, where the entire store is 30% off. Official jeweler of the Vegas Golden Knights, the Diamond Store in Boca Park next to Kona Grill.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
There's a new way to get to the game, M-Ride It. M-Ride is the luxury concierge shuttle service. It's the same bus the players use, so you can ride like a pro. M-Ride will take you round trip from Circa or the Palms to Allegiant Stadium or T-Mobile Arena. No more hassle parking, sitting in traffic, or waiting in long taxi or rideshare lines. M-Ride It, and you'll get in and out quickly. Reserve your ride at mridelv.com. Use promo code BRICK. That's mridelv.com, promo code BRICK.
Attention plumbers, HVAC, DIYers, and construction pros. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware has everything you need for your next project. Open early at South Decatur and Russell. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware, your one-stop shop to get the job done. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware. Get in, get out, and get to work.
It's Cofield and Company's Eye on Sports Gambling, presented by Oasis Bar and Grill. Only on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
Watkins, you want to break down a little VGK last night, or you want to go to the kennel and talk Oregon State Gonzaga basketball?
Oh, God, let's talk VGK.
How amazing is that road venue? And then I think Gonzaga was probably on their A game. 2 weeks ago, Beavers pulled off the upset last night, 90-68 the other way.
Well, Beavers beat everybody at home, and they lose to everybody on the road. That's just that's his team. I think they're 13-1 at home, and they have they don't have a losing record, but they're pretty close to a losing record at. Maybe they do have a losing record on the road, but in any case, they're playing like garbage on the road. They've lost to some mediocre teams. Not that Gonzaga's mediocre, but I think the odds maker saw it. What was Gonzaga 18-point favorite going into that game? So and they blew past that. So let's talk VGK.
Willie, VGK.
Yeah, oh, man, what a comeback for Dallas. Golden Knights come out swinging. They go up 3-1, and they let Dallas come back into the game. Couple of unfortunate situations there. And what's crazy is this is a team that they fend off. Their penalty kill was okay. Their attack mode was okay. I just feel as if Dallas is one of those teams that's never going to let up, and the Golden Knights should be a team like that, and they talked about it. Mark Stone talked about it and saying that, when we were there, meaning in Dallas, they made that 3-2 close game go to 4-2. So now it puts Vegas on the hot seat to score 3 goals to win. Whereas last night they were up 3-2 and they could never pull that off. And it kept Dallas in the game, and it ends up going to overtime. Wyatt Johnston with the natural hat trick, and they end up winning in overtime. Unfortunately, there was a situation with Mark Stone. You saw that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for those who didn't see it, Mark Stone, leaves his feet, falls into the knee of Dallas player of Heiskanen, and their best player, and looks like does damage to his knee. Heiskanen can't put any weight on his knee, heads off, does not look good. And ESPN on the broadcast is like, what is he doing? I can't believe he did that. And then to their credit, they came back after, I don't know, a couple different breaks. And they're like, okay, it looks like Hintz trips or gets a stick into the skate of Mark Stone. And that contributed to it. If you get online, which is never a great place to go, everybody's saying, oh, nope, dirty play. I don't care if he's tripped. You don't then lunge forward into the guy's knee. Everybody's going back and forth. I'd say most of the online fodder around the country was anti-VGK, but that's kind of typical. They're never going to give VGK the break, especially not Mark Stone. They think he's the LTIR, faker. And so, but the thing to me that spoke to whether or not this was a dirty play was the fact that Mark Stone played the rest of the game. Nobody from Dallas came after him. Nobody even started it. And you could see Mark Stone right after the incident. He puts his hands up and he starts explaining something. And Jamie Benn's right there. And, Jamie Benn's that guy, right? He'll instigate that and make you answer for your dirty plays. And he kind of went off. You see players on both benches looking at an iPad, and then the rest of the game got played. And so I have to believe that if they thought it was dirty, somebody's fighting, and they're certainly going after Stone, and I didn't see any of that.
100% correct, but you're missing one piece to the puzzle, in which I feel is why that after the heated exchange right after the play and whistle, they review, they do whatever, 2-minute minor for tripping. There is a clipping, by the way. There is a clipping penalty. It's a 5-minute major, and he'd have been ejected. They do have it in the rule book, clipping, if you go for it. They didn't feel that he went for it intentionally. The reason why I think it was cooled down during the downtime was Peter DeBoer.
Yeah.
It happened in front of the bench, right in front of the Stars bench. And afterwards, Peter DeBoer said, I've coached Mark Stone. He is not a dirty player. I'm betting, because just as much as Gerard Gallant and Peter DeBoer did while Ryan Reeves was here, they sent him on the ice. Capitals coaches send Tom Wilson onto the ice for certain situations. You know what I'm talking about, right? Hey, your shift is up next. Switch it up. Revo, go. The reverse side of that is DeBoer saying, guys, this was not intentional. We'll review it afterwards, but he did not mean to go into the knee. Whatever took place, how it took place, it wasn't him. So I have to believe Pete DeBoer had something to do with also dousing the fire and the anger of Heiskanen's teammates.
That may be true, but they had a camera on him right after it happened, and DeBoer was fired up, and he was asking for the clipping 5-minute major. I get it, but the reality is arguably it's not even a penalty because he's tripped, and you could say, well, he's tripped, but then he lunges. I'm not so sure that that's the case. I mean, I like he's already going to make that play. He's already extending his arm. He's already going for the puck
100%.
to redirect, and then his skate gets clipped, and you see it skate wobble.
Blade, yes.
You see it wobble, toe pick, and
Right.
gone. It's not like he toe picks and then decides, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to fall. Let me go dive at this guy. He was already making his
That's right.
movement that way.
That's
so arguably, to me, it's not even a tripping penalty. Like he didn't have control of his body after he got tripped. So for DeBoer was fired up at the officials trying to get a 5-minute major.
He wanted a review.
Yes.
He wanted a review. And that part I get. I don't think it even crossed his mind that it was intentional. It's the same thing as if, the cleanest player in the league, the nicest guy that you could think of, and he follows through in his backswing and the blade hits someone in the eye.
Yeah.
The coach may not be mad at that guy.
Yeah.
But you're mad at the ref. Go review it. That's what he wanted. That's
Right.
what he told everybody. I didn't go over there. I went in and had Mark Stone and my colleague from AP went to Pete.
Yeah.
But I do think that he said, guys, it wasn't intentional. He was more fired up with, how do you not even go review that it's not a clipping, and then however they went about it.
Yeah. But I will say, I mean, even right after the moment, nobody threw any punches at Mark Stone.
No,
I mean,
he
was
his face.
explaining right away.
Right.
Mark Stone was explaining right away, and they all sort of they could have pressed it.
No, there was a tussle. There wasn't a fight. I mean,
yeah.
The helmet came off,
Yeah.
but it died down quickly.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Really quickly. And I knew VGK was in trouble when the ESPN broadcast said like 4 different times, Dallas is the only team who hasn't come back from behind in the third period to win a game. I was like, oh, they're like 0-13 going into that game. Then that happens, and it certainly ignited Dallas. I think they had a little bit more jump in their step, but I'm of the opinion that VGK is not playing bad right now. I actually think they're playing fine. I think they're playing hard. They're playing all the way through to the end. They're playing a full 60 minutes. I think they're going to be fine. This is a little bit weird stretch of pucks bouncing a certain way and not closing out games.
I'm going to do some research for a story I want to work on for the Hockey News in January lulls with the top teams in the league, because they go balls to the wall October, November, December. They're going to have a month where they fall flat, and where the teams that weren't performing up to expectations in October, November, December improve defensively and come back. We brought up a great point on the pregame show yesterday with Ryan, the hockey guy, Ryan Wallace, right before the game on the radio. I talked about the 3 coaches that we've had here and how great for media purposes, Gerard Gallant, Peter DeBoer, and now with Bruce Cassidy. Isn't it wild that the most polarizing figure in all of some of the best moments in hockey in Las Vegas have involved Peter DeBoer?
For sure.
Coach of the San Jose Sharks with, the rivalry in those first couple of years. And then, of course, the big major and the comeback in the series and in the second year.
And the tweet.
And the tweet.
Right. The sword in the back.
Well, not only that, and then all the clown memes when Gerard called him the clown. Then he becomes the coach.
Yep.
Right. And the bubble, and they end up going, and how many finals, and now he leaves. And now, even though I did a poll at the beginning of the season and 15 out of 17 players said Edmonton's the big rivalry, one said Dallas, one said Florida, in reality, this has been a fantastic rival since he's gone to Dallas. They've met both years in the playoffs. Their series last year, Golden Knights swept the regular season series. This year it's 1-1-1. But some of the most poignant moments, important games, series have always involved Peter DeBoer.
For sure. No, I agree. I mean, I think I don't have any problem with DeBoer.
No, he's great.
It seems like a very nice guy, very good coach. I'm glad we have who we have. I was in favor of getting rid of him only because of the freaking power play. And then you look at Dallas's power play, and it's atrocious. Their power play so bad. And
he brought Steve Spott with him.
Oh my gosh, it's just so nice to have this season have a power play that's got some danger where we get a penalty, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna score. Before it was like, take all the air out of the arena. We got a power play. Can we decline it? Can we decline the power play? Just play 5-on-5.
Justin Watkins, Cofield, and Willie. So I am here in Logan, Utah.
I'm here.
And I was watching, as I will do on the road, the local news, and I saw the mayor of Salt Lake Mayor Mendenhall. They got into a conversation about the name of the Utah Hockey Club, and she's like, "Go Yeti." 3 hours later, it comes out from Wyshynski with ESPN. Sorry if someone locally broke it, but yeah, no dice. Yeti is gone. Wait a second here. So they're only considering now the Hockey Club, Mammoth, and Wasatch. I think that stinks.
It does stink. Yeti was clearly the name they should have gone with. And here's the thing. Are they absolutely precluded from using Yeti? I don't think so. I think they could, but they would be probably embroiled in some litigation over whether or not they could use it, because the Yeti coolers did not agree to like a joint use agreement with them. Do they need that? I don't know. I don't know if they need it. Hockey is not a competitor of coolers. So, and Yeti is not a trade name that was created by the coolers. The Yeti is an existing character that's out there in the world prior to these coolers, coming to play. So I think that they would have a decent to strong argument that, like, dude, nobody's confusing the Utah Yeti with coolers, okay, or cups or drinks. Nobody's confusing them. But I think it would limit the Utah Hockey Club in how they could promote themselves. Could they put their, could they put their logo, depending on what it looked like, on mugs and certain merchandise, or would Yeti constantly be in their, back door hitting them with cease and desist? So it's like you don't want to do that. Same thing with Vegas Black Knights, right? Same thing. Could they have done it? They could have tried, but that was way worse because Black Knights are in sports. I don't know. I don't like any of those three finalists. It's clearly going to be Mammoth. I actually kind of like Wasatch, but it's no way is that going to win. It's going to be the Utah Mammoth.
Utah.
They
Man.
blew it.
I got to tell you.
I can't believe Blizzard is not in there.
In closing
Black
this,
Diamonds was the best one. That was the one I liked.
In closing this, I shouldn't say, Utah State did a good job of housing the show today. I appreciate it. I'll have to do the Logan stuff. The breakup happens next year officially. Maybe, as we just found out a half an hour ago, maybe we're coming here for life. Maybe the Pac-2 is going to have the disloyal 7, and that will include Nevada and UNLV. Justin, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, House.
Coming up, 5 o'clock hour, some boxing. Al Bernstein on the way. Join Cofield and Company each Friday live at the Golden Circle Sports.